Fallon. Sacrifice. That sums up my life. Like a cow before going to the butcher, I'm being prepared for auction where I'll be placed on a block for a group of men to purchase me like I'm inhuman, nothing more than an item. I've tried to prepare myself for today, knowing what's to come. At least on the outside, I attempt to look like a warrior, while on the inside, I'm a leaf shaking in the wind, barely hanging on. I've been held prisoner for the last 3 days. They grabbed me off the sidewalk while I was walking home from a college class. In the dark, no one heard my screams or saw me, overcome with fear, afraid about what would happen next, fighting as they shoved me into the back of the van. I push those memories into the recesses of my mind. I want to forget the small, cold cell I was kept in without clothes or a blanket. I want to forget it all. The worst part was the dark. There was no window or light in my cell, only darkness. Sometimes bugs would crawl on me, but I couldn't see anything. Now, light and noise surround me. It's overwhelming. The 4 other girls are crying, some sobbing uncontrollably. I pride myself on not crying in front of the men who are about to sell us. I've cried enough in the last 3 days to last me a lifetime. I'm done crying. No amount of begging or pleading will convince these monsters to let me go. Naked as the day I was born, I stand with the girls, each one of us different from the next. We've only just met since we were kept alone before today. But alone or together, I already feel a connection to each one of them. Kindred spirits by our captors' makings, knowing we share one and the same fate. "Put this on," one of the men growls and hands us each a scrap of clothing. Mine is a white lace fabric with gold trim. I look at the dress in my hand, if you can even call it that. It's barely enough to cover my privates. It looks like the kind of lingerie a woman would wear under a wedding dress. I almost laugh at the thought. Objecting isn't an option, so I do as instructed, pulling it over my body. I hope to feel a little more human, but I don't. If anything, I feel even more like a cheap hooker than I did before. Goosebumps pebble my flesh, blanketing me. I feel bare, exposed, and I hate it. The girl beside me lets out a ragged sob, and I turn just enough to look at her. Her hair is black, sleek, and straight. I don't gawk at her or look at her body, but I can tell she is on the slimmer side and young, most likely barely of age. Tears stream down her cheeks, and she is shaking so badly her entire body is vibrating. "Stop crying, whore," one of the men orders. "If you think it's bad now, wait until after the auction. I'd love to hear your cries then." His voice makes me shiver and leaves me feeling sick to my stomach. Suddenly, I'm grateful that I didn't eat anything. Even though I was hungry earlier, I couldn't bring myself to take a single bite from the stale sandwich they brought me. The guy suddenly looks past me and nods. "Finally. I thought we were gonna have to send them out without a shot." Shot? What are they talking about now? Just as I ask that question in my mind, a woman appears at the side of me. A woman in scrubs with a hospital ID card clipped to her hip. I look up and meet her gaze, expecting to see fear, compassion, or shock. But I find none of those in the depth of her green eyes. Only indifference, like she doesn't have a care in the world.